Hello and welcome back to Man vs Film. This is going to be a top 10 of movies that you can watch right now on Amazon Prime US for the month of August 2019. So let's get started. Number 10. An American Werewolf in London. Two American college students are on a walking tour of Britain and are attacked by a werewolf. One is killed, the other is mauled. The werewolf is killed but reverts to its human form, and the local townspeople are unwilling to acknowledge its existence. The surviving student begins to have nightmares of hunting on 4 feet at first, but then finds that his friend and other recent victims appear to him, demanding that he commit suicide to release them from their curse, being trapped between worlds because of their unnatural deaths. An American Werewolf in London is a stone-cold classic of a movie. It is something that is regarded as one of the best werewolf movies ever, for reasons that will become apparent. One of the most notable things about it is the transformation. It is one of the most shocking and just painful looking transformations there has ever been in a werewolf movie, and it doesn't shy away from the horrible gore. The effects and makeup are truly fantastic, the kind of thing that just shook Hollywood up to what special effects could actually achieve. We get horrifying gore in the forms of the victims that come back to haunt our lead character. We have a man who is on a trajectory that only has one ending, and watching him come to terms with it as his life is beginning to take shape is something that's ultimately quite sad. You get some great set pieces, horrible gore and blood and guts and all the really good stuff, and it's all done in a really tight runtime. It's a fantastic classic masterpiece of a movie. Number 9. A Boy and His Dog. A post-apocalyptic tale based on a novella by Harlan Ellison. A boy communicates telepathically with his dog as they scavenge for food. They stumble into an underground society where the old society is preserved. The daughter of one of these leaders of the community seduces and lures him below, where the citizens have become unable to reproduce because of being underground for so long. They use him for impregnation purposes and then plan to be rid of him. A Boy and His Dog is one of those really great post-apocalyptic movies that is extremely weird and takes kind of left turns whenever you least expect it. It has Don Johnson in an early role. It has this dog and him just having a relationship, bonding through their weird but kind of compelling conversations that they had. There is some horrible scenes, there is some disturbing scenes, there is some downright weirdness just going on within this movie. It's not for everybody. It's a weird culty kind of movie. I think it's kind of fun. What do you think? Number 8. Dune. Set in a distant future where life in the universe and space travel is dependent upon a spice found on the planet Dune. This film tracks the rise of young Paul Atreides, son of noble Duke Leto, from the time of his father's betrayal and murder by the evil Baron Harkonnen to his discovery of the great secret behind the planet Dune and his own destiny, which is to free the planet and its denizens of the cruel rule of the Empire. David Lynch's sci-fi epic is a mess of a movie. There is no getting away from that. But there is equal parts genius in amongst this mess. There is some fantastic ideas behind this. Unfortunately, it's wrapped up a lot in this over-convoluted plot that's just really not that necessary. Still, this is something to be seen, especially with the remake coming next year, which should be pretty good because it must thin this thing down just a little bit. But there is a great idea, there is a great story behind it, and I still think it is worth checking out for the good parts more than the sort of detractable parts. Number 7. Major League. An exotic dancer marries the owner of a baseball club. He does not survive the honeymoon and she is in control of his ball club. She wants to move it to warmer climates where some new stadiums have been built, but her lease has only one escape clause: poor attendance. She fields the worst team she can find. The attitude of the owner gives the misfits and losers something to rally around, and they fight back. Major League is one of those sports comedies that I just absolutely adore. I think it's fantastic. I think it's just really well acted. It's silly and it's just kind of formulaic in its plot, but it gives you such a range of engaging characters that you can't help but just latch on to them and enjoy their antics. I have gone back to Major League countless times throughout the years, and yes, I'm sure some of that is nostalgia, but I still love the movie. I think it's funny, it's endearing. I love the group of people. I love to see the underdogs try and beat out the sort of rich bully. My kind of movie. Number 6, Dumb and Dumber. Lloyd and Harry are two lovable and friendly, but very stupid friends who struggle with every aspect of life. Working as a limo driver, Lloyd drops off the beautiful Mary at the airport and instantly falls in love with her. Watching Mary through a window, Lloyd witnesses her leave a case behind. Dragging Harry with him, Lloyd heads off to Aspen to deliver the case to her personally. However, Mary isn't the only person after the case, as a pair of criminals are after that as well. The Farrelly Brothers' ridiculously funny comedy stars Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels in these two fantastic roles as Lloyd and Harry. It is silly, it is stupid, but the two main characters are just so lovable. You can't help but enjoy their company. From afar, you wouldn't want to be actually with them, but just watching their antics, watching how they just stumble into horrible situation after horrible situation is such a fun, entertaining way to spend an evening. I think Dumb and Dumber is one of the best comedies ever made. Yes, it's silly and it's stupid, but it's endearing and it's funny most of all, which is one of the best things I can say about it. Number 5, Silver Bullet. The small town of Tarker's Mills was a place that was very peaceful, where nothing extraordinary ever happened, until one night when murders began. The townspeople believe it is some maniacal killer on the loose whom they intend to hunt down. Marty, a young handicapped boy, believes the killer is no man at all, but a werewolf. After a run-in with the werewolf, Marty and his sister Jane hunt all over town for the man who is really a wolf. Silver Bullet is another one of my favourite werewolf movies. This one is fantastic because of the people that can die in it. You understand the person who's going to be safe. This young boy is perfectly sound, but everybody around about him can and possibly will die a horrible death. There is fantastic tense sequences, like the moment his wheelchair, motorised wheelchair, breaks down and the wolf is getting closer and closer to him. There is a great twist in who the actual werewolf is as well, and this is one of the sort of least seen werewolf movies, which is a real shame. Unlike An American Werewolf in London, which is technically the better movie, Silver Bullet is one that needs a little bit more push to be noticed. If you are a fan of monster movies, you need to check this one out. Number 4, The Reef. A group of 4 people take a sailboat out and find themselves capsized after it hits an underwater rock. Luke advises that they should swim in the north direction to reach Turtle Island. Well, they have the strength since there is a current moving the boat in the opposite direction. But Warren prefers to stay on the hull waiting for the help since there are sharks in the water. The quartet swims, but they are hunted by a great white shark. Ever since Jaws, there has been this thing where you just can't do a shark movie. You can't do it justice because of this looming masterpiece that's just on the horizon. The Reef is one of the movies that ties you down to the characters and puts you in this tense, if not really plausible scenario. Still, it's funny trying to watch them swim short distances from point to point to try and get to safety before the shark gets them. It's tense, it's suspenseful, it's fun. It's well worth checking out. Number 3, Masters of the Universe. On the planet Eternia, a Dark Lord Skeletor has taken over Castle Grayskull and imprisoned the sorceress, and has begun draining her of her powers. As he attempts to claim the powers of Grayskull and become Master of the Universe, mighty warrior He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe, and his companions find themselves on Earth, trying to find one of their creations, the Cosmic Key, a device that can open portals and lead anywhere in the galaxy, which Skeletor requires as his goal for universal conquest. Masters of the Universe is a really strange movie. It never really captured the spirit of the old animated TV show, and it was just plain weird, spending most of the time on Earth rather than the planet of Eternia, including humans, which were never really part of the original tale. Still, Frank Langella gives an awesome performance as Skeletor with some terrifying makeup effects. We also get Dolph Lundgren as He-Man, which was an inspired choice at the time, in a movie that never quite comes together. It's more an oddity, a strange oddity to check out. If you've never come across this movie, you're in for a treat because this is weird, wacky, different, and just baffles the mind how it got made. Anyway, enjoy Masters of the Universe. Number 2, Hellboy. In this reboot, Hellboy must fight against a dark sorceress who has returned after thousands of years trapped. She intends to destroy the world. The only one who can stop her is Hellboy, but he could be the key to her unleashing hell on Earth. I think it's fair to say that the Guillermo del Toro movies were fantastic and better than this. Still, this didn't deserve as much hatred as it got. I enjoyed seeing the character of Hellboy back again. Even if it was a rather sweary and gory version of that character, I enjoy seeing these kind of movies. There is some good set pieces, there is some really nice CGI, along with some not as nice CGI. David Harbour as Hellboy is pretty good. Mila Jovovich as the bad sorceress back from years in a trapped location is wonderful, and this has some good comedic moments along with some silly moments as well. It's a movie that's not perfect, but it is nowhere near as bad as it was made out to be. I'm suggesting that you check it out. Just don't blame me if you don't like it. Number 1, Under the Silver Lake. Sam is a disenchanted 33-year-old who discovers a mysterious woman frolicking in his apartment swimming pool. When she vanishes, Sam embarks on a surreal quest across Los Angeles to decode the secret word behind her disappearance, leading him into the murkiest depths of mystery, scandal and conspiracy in the City of Angels. I absolutely love Under the Silver Lake. It's not a movie for everybody. It is a strange concoction of a movie that is more just about this slacker floating through life while trying to discover the tale behind this missing person. It seems to take these turns off the path to discover a character that's just weird, to have a situation that's just strange. But I like that kind of idea behind the movie. It also has one of the best scenes in the movies that I saw last year, which is the piano player scene. I loved that and could watch that on repeat. I think it's one of the best scenes I've ever seen. Andrew Garfield stars as Sam, and really it's a hard movie to describe. It's hard to explain why I love this so much. It is strange, the pacing is off, the story doesn't follow the conventional takes. It's long, it's a different kind of movie, which I think is important to be number 1 because it's important to get out of comfort zones and try something new. This is definitely that. So there we have it, 10 fantastic movies for you to check out this month on Amazon Prime US. I hope you find something there that you want to check out, or maybe an old classic that you've forgotten about that you're going to go and watch. Have I missed something off my list? Let me know in the comment box below if there's something I should have had on it, or your thoughts on any of these movies. Thanks for watching. I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button, or even comment, subscribe if you haven't done so, and I will see you next time on Man vs Film.